Basically, the new COD is taking a more realistic, believable approach. It's set in our current year. Okay. All right. And what is that? Is that what? I don't get it. Is that a bad thing? Or I mean, they've done the past, they've done the future. Why not the present? Oh, okay. I mean, I'm sure I'm missing something from. Okay, there's more to go. Cool. And they showed off two missions, closed off two others. One was you play as Captain Price of the SAS raiding a terrorist hideout in outer London, and the other was a stealth mission where you play a little girl with her brother. You need to escape as terrorists kill the people in your neighborhood. They claim that it's too realistic and that it shouldn't be in such medium because they can't tell a story this seriously. I'm not sure I'm seeing the problem. I mean, granted, it's not a thing you typically see in games, but I mean, in terms of that being done in that way, but why not? I mean, I'm not a big fan of Call of Duty, but if they want to try something a little bit different, hey, more power to them, right? You know, if they make an interesting game out of it, cool. If not, then hey, it is what it is. It's claiming that the mission with the little girl is too horrific for the journalist, and it scared him, and that they shouldn't publish it. They should cancel the game. They should cancel the game because he was scared, or she was scared, or him. You did say him, okay? So because he was scared. Ah, come on, man. That's not a reason to cancel a game. Here's the thing, because we all talk about games as arts, and I think, and that's something that I believe. I know a lot of people just say it just for the sake of saying it, but I do believe this. I think games are and should be considered arts, and just like any art form, there's going to be things that are light-hearted. There's going to be things that are more serious, you know. And Call of Duty, yeah, maybe they don't have the best track record of making, you know, great games or whatever, and maybe it's a much more serious topic than they usually would tackle, or certainly in a more serious way than they would usually tackle. But you know what? I mean, why not? You know, everybody has the right to experiment and to explore and to express their ideas in a creative way. And if they want to tell a story through the eyes of a little girl that's escaping terrorists attacking her village, you know, why not? You know what I mean? Like, if it's not going to be for everyone, sure. Maybe not everybody's going to understand the story. Maybe some people are going to play it and a lot of the nuances are going to be completely missed. Maybe. But doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it. And if it scares you, honestly, I feel like that's a bigger reason to do it. You should have arts that scares people. You should have arts that makes people uncomfortable. You know, because that is the reality of our world. And sometimes art reflects that reality. And if that scares you, then that is the world we live in. And if it's a way of acknowledging and understanding that these things are happening and that makes you uncomfortable, then that should be on you to say, hey, perhaps we should do something about this, because there are people who don't get to have a restart game over state. You know, that's just their life done. You know what I mean? There's people who don't get a health bar. There's people who don't get, you know, infinite ammo cheats. You know, so if that scares you, then good. Quite frankly, it should scare you. It should make you uncomfortable, because that is the world, or that is part of the world in which, unfortunately, some people face on a regular basis. So yeah, publish that shizzle. Damn it, man. Call of Duty got me defending them. What's going on with the world? Call of Duty got me defending them, man. Because Call of Duty wants to tell a more realistic, believable story that it's about our real current world. Apparently they plan to make the whole game like the No Rush mission, and okay, they want to deliver a strong message, not a baseless shooter. And I commend Infinity Ward for doing so. They want to show a wider world what kind of place we live in. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, look, maybe they, like I say, maybe they haven't done this sort of thing in the past. Maybe they're not known for it, but that doesn't mean they shouldn't try it. You know what I mean? Like, what? Here's the thing, like, we live in a world where we have people who are known for their comedy, that are putting out serious, thought-provoking content on the internet. You know what I mean? Just because you haven't done something before, that doesn't mean you shouldn't try it. It's like everybody gets to create, everybody gets to experiment, everybody gets to explore ideas and try different things. Musicians do it all the time. Musicians start off making one style of music and then move into another style of music. And how many people do that? Filmmakers do it all the time. How many times do you see a filmmaker would make a Western and then go on to make the next movie might be, I don't know, like a martial arts film. In fact, Tarantino makes all kinds of different genres. Nobody complains about that. Why shouldn't you be able to do that? Just because they haven't done it before, that's not a reason. Just because it scares some people, that's not a reason. If anything, that's more of a reason to do it. Because it's saying, hey, this happens in the world. And this is art reflecting that reality. Now, I don't know, maybe by the time the game's released and it does it in the absolute worst way and it's highly insensitive, it makes it into a light-hearted situation. Maybe it does that, but until the game's released, until people actually play it, until you know what it's doing, until then, I'm certainly willing to give it the benefit of the doubt for at least saying this is what we want to try. And hey, hopefully it goes well for them, quite frankly. Hopefully it does intriguing, thought-provoking story that pulls you in and maybe even has you questioning some of our own views on the world and how we see things. So it's very easy to see people as the other. That's other people's lives or that they go through. But maybe this is something that can help bring that otherness to a more closer state. And well, actually, what if this was your, little sister? What if this was your daughter? What if this was, somebody you knew that had to go through that? That is somebody to somebody. So, yeah.